You're watching NBC6.
This is WPCQ-TV. 36 News is next.
Douglas Airport, like every airport in this country, has a security system designed to prevent anything dangerous going on a plane.
This is News 36 with Tom Miller, Jesse Johnson, Steve Rowley's weather, and Jim Selania on sports.
From the world's headquarters of the NBC News Channel, this is News 36 AM, the weekend edition, with Kathy Miley and Larry Sprinkle. Tonight on News 36 at 6.
I probably wouldn't have even come here if I'd have known about it, but I'd be concerned about coming here in the evening.
He's not talking about a dangerous neighborhood. He's referring to what's fast becoming the hotspot for armed robbers, fast food restaurants. And good evening, I'm Rick Jackson.
And I'm Val Holly Dennis. Fast food restaurants, armed bandits, and employees forced into freezers. In the last 7 days, it's happened 5 times.
So tonight the question is, who is responsible?
Tonight on News 36 Nightcast.
Your time is up. Leave now, or we will force you from power.
President Clinton standing firm against the military leaders in Haiti tonight. Good evening. I'm Rick Jackson.
And I'm Val Holly Dennis. Tonight, President Clinton told the American people why he feels it's important to send troops into the island nation.
Live from NBC6, Charlotte. This is 6 News Nightcast.
Mandatory evacuations are ordered along the Carolina.
From WCNC Charlotte, NBC6, this is 6 News Today.
You're watching Sonia Gant, Kelly Ryan, Ray Boylan with weather, and Chuck Howard on sports. This is NBC 6 News at 5.
From WCNC Charlotte, NBC 6. This is a special edition of 6 News at 6. Desegregation, the choice for children, a 6 News special.
From WCNC Charlotte, NBC6. This is 6 News Nightcast.
Good evening. African-American leaders in Iredell County held a rally tonight for an assistant principal who was suspended from Statesville High School.
You're watching Sterling Benson Weber, Grant Ewing with weather, and Chris Justice on sports. This is NBC 6 News Nightcast. From Carolina's News Channel, WCNC, 6 News starts now.
From Carolina's News Channel, WCNC, 6 News starts now with breaking news.
A small plane carrying one person goes down in a wooded area near Huntersville. 6 News, the first to bring you pictures shortly after the accident. Good evening. I'm Sonia Gant.
And I'm Chris Justice.
Carolina's News Connection, WCNC. Your news starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Chris Justice. First, let's get out to the breaking news in Rowan County.
Carolina's News Connection, WCNC, online, mobile, on television.
You're watching Carolina's News Channel 36.
Now at 6, more snow in the mountains as the Charlotte area bundles up, and it's only going to get colder. Good evening. I'm Sonia Gant.
And I'm Dave Wagner. Thanks for being with us.
You're watching Carolina's News Channel 36 midday with Colleen Odegaard, Jeff Campbell, and the First Warn Storm Team's Larry Sprinkle. You're watching Carolina's News Channel 36 with Sonia Gant, Dave Wagner, and the First Warn Storm Team's Brad Panovich. You're watching Carolina's News Channel 36 with Bobby Sisk, Jennifer Copeland, and the First Warn Storm Team's Brad Panovich. You're watching Carolina's News Channel 36 with Sonia Gant, Dave Wagner, the First Warn Storm Team's Brad Panovich, and sports with Greg Bailey. You're watching Carolina's News Channel 36 with Anjanette Flowers, the First Warn Storm Team's Daniela Lopez, and sports with Ira Cronin. You are watching News Channel 36. The news starts now with breaking news.
And good evening to you. I'm Dave Wagner in for Bobby Sis tonight.
And I'm Jennifer Copeland. We begin with breaking news out of Caldwell County tonight.
WCNC Charlotte. This is Carolina's News Channel 36. You're watching Carolina's News Channel 36 today with Anjanette Flowers, Jeff Campbell, and the First Warn Storm Team's Larry Sprinkle.
WCNC-TV Charlotte. This is Carolina's News Channel 36.
Gone. A little girl who faced more challenges in her 10 years than many of us face in a lifetime. But the shock and desperation to find her has become something else.
I would love to just hug her and give her the love she deserves.
Now, sadness and anger that something could have happened to this little girl and that it could happen here in a small North Carolina town.
You're watching Carolina's News Channel 36 with Sonia Gant, Dave Wagner, the First Warn Storm Team's Brad Panovich, and sports with Greg Bailey. You are watching Carolina's News Channel 36 with Jeff Campbell, sports with Ira Cronin, and the First Warn Storm Team's Megan Dennehy. You are watching News Channel 36. The news starts now with breaking news.
Now at 6, some pretty shocking new information in the search for Zara Baker. Letters said to be written by the girl's stepmother come to light, and in them she claims her husband did something, quote, horrifying to the girl's remains.
You're watching Carolina's News Channel 36 today with Anjanette Flowers, Ira Cronin, Kelly Patterson, the First Warn Storm Team's Larry Sprinkle, and Brittany Bagley with traffic. WCNC Charlotte. This is Carolina's News Channel 36. Looking out for you. This is NBC Charlotte News Today. We're looking out for you.
Well, good Friday morning, and thanks for starting today with us. I'm Kelly Patterson here with Megan Dennehy, who's in for Larry this morning.
He's out with Ira.
Yep, Larry's going to be at Quahala this morning.
This is NBC Charlotte News at noon. We're looking out for you.
Now at noon.
This is NBC Charlotte News at 4 with Sonia Gant. We're looking out for you.
Now at 6, autumn in July. Cloudy skies keeping things unusually cool and even wet out there. So how long will this bizarre weather stick around? Details in your First Warn forecast. Plus, the big surprise this local girl got on her 18th birthday to fill in for a loved one who couldn't be with her.
This is NBC Charlotte News at 6. We're looking out for you.
Good evening, I'm Ben Thompson. When you think of July in Carolinas, this is not what you think about. Gray skies, cool temperatures, and even the occasional shower.
This is WCNC NBC Charlotte News. This is WCNC NBC Charlotte News.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us for NBC Charlotte News at 11. I'm Michelle Bowden. It is a big night. Take a look at the score there. Chapel Hill winning 83-66 against Syracuse, winning the Final Four.
You're watching Wake Up Charlotte on WCNC NBC Charlotte.
Yes, you see him right there. Duke's own Zion Williamson, giving the people what they want, that signature dunk. And, by the way, he's going to take to the court Duke's first round game against North Dakota State.
Right now at 6:30, the man accused of shooting 4 people on the loose right now. What we know about the suspected killer and where he could be now.
Plus, you've seen the video, a boy trapped underwater
at a South Carolina resort. And now for the first time, we're hearing from his parents about that terrifying incident.
And Charlotte making history, a new fire chief sworn in to office in just a matter of hours, and there are high expectations for him. NBC Charlotte News at 6:30 starts right now.
Well, good morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us on this Monday morning on NBC Charlotte. I'm Carolyn Bruck.
And I'm Ben Thompson. We know it's Monday. And
we're following breaking news at this hour. A man behind bars this afternoon accused of 2 rapes from the 1990s.
The victims, only 17 and 18 at the time of the assaults. NBC Charlotte's Rachel Brown joins us live from the breaking news desk with
New tonight, a baseball brawl. Fists flying between coaches. Now some are crying foul. And breaking news in the sale of the Carolina Panthers. NBC Charlotte has confirmed a potential bidder will visit the Queen City this week. The latest details from the NFL owners meeting underway right now in Orlando.
Plus, buyer beware. Home surveillance systems are great when it comes to safety, but are sellers using them to spy on potential buyers and realtors? The defenders are on the case, all new tonight at 11.
But first, should the National Guard be deployed to protect North Carolina schools? Hello, and thank you for staying up with us at 11. I'm Fred Shropshire.
And I'm Sarah French. The National Guard has been called on over the years to restore the peace.
News that impacts you. You're watching WCNC Charlotte News at 4:30.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Thanks for starting early with us.
Right now at 5 a.m., time to take off. Today marks the start of the last major travel weekend of the summer. We're live at Charlotte Douglas with the impact for your weekend.
Plus, not even a week into the school year, CMS already facing bus issues. The concerns from parents who say their kids aren't getting home until after 6 at night.
And the city of York tells us why it's ending curbside recycling and what people can do instead.
And later, equal opportunities. We connect the dots on how schools are required to support students with disabilities. WCNC Charlotte at 5 a.m. starts right now.
News that impacts you. You're watching WCNC Charlotte News at 5.
Live pictures right now over Uptown this morning. It is going to be a hot one, folks. Likely the hottest day of the week.
Right now at 5:30, unwanted delivery. A Rowan County community on edge after someone planted explosives inside their mailboxes. And the suspects are still out there this morning.
Plus, growing calls for more transparency in the town of Matthews. Why some leaders want to make public records easier for you to find. And the reason others aren't on board with the idea.
A mild temperature morning, a very, very hot afternoon. Just how hot will it be in your neighborhood? All the details coming up right here.
And competition for the 2024 Paralympics officially now underway. We're taking a look back at the opening ceremony.
Plus, meet the local woman who's making her mark in Paris. WCNC Charlotte at 5:30 starts right now.
News that impacts you. You're watching WCNC Charlotte News at 5:30.
Good Thursday morning, everybody. The heat and humidity are sticking around today with a chance of rain this afternoon.
As Labor Day is soon upon us, we're talking holiday travel. I'm at Charlotte Douglas, where the lines are already picking up for this busy weekend.
Plus, the bus stops here not even a week into the new school year, and CMS already seeing problems with buses. The concerns from parents.
No break in the heat until next week. All the details coming up right here.
Mailboxes blowing up.
Make sure it don't explode if I try and open it.
What we're learning was behind a series of explosions in a Rowan County neighborhood.
And some of your pet's favorite snacks could actually be poisoning them.
At 6:45, we verify if dangerous chemicals are in your pet's treats. It's Thursday, August 29th.
News that impacts you. You're watching WCNC Charlotte News at 6.
Live pictures right now over Uptown Charlotte on this Thursday morning. And folks, it's going to be another hot and humid day today. Right now at 6:30, talk about unwanted mail. A Rowan County neighborhood on edge after somebody planted explosives in their mailboxes. The warning now for other homeowners.
Plus, the holiday weekend is almost here. We'll tell you how holiday travel numbers could impact your plans.
Clear skies and warm this morning, sunny and hot this afternoon. Just how hot will it be in your neighborhood? I've got all the details coming up right here.
And at 6:45, we verify whether common household items can be poisonous to your pets. WCNC Charlotte at 6:30 starts right now.
News that impacts you. You're watching WCNC Charlotte News at 6:30.
Good morning. We're taking a live look over Lake.
This is Charlotte Today with your hosts Mia Atkins and Eugene Robinson.
Well, happy Monday. We hope you.
Right now on WCNC Charlotte, the last 24 hours at the airport has been a nightmare for thousands of travelers, with more than 100 flights canceled overnight. Some were left spending the night in the terminal. Plus, 3 suspects are still on the run as we speak after customers and employees were hurt with bear mace during a Harris Teeter robbery. And could young voters be the big difference at the polls this November? As election days are just weeks away, Gen Z and millennials share their priorities at the ballot box. Thanks for joining us for the news at 11:30. I'm Sarah French. Right now on WCNC Charlotte at noon, the last 24 hours at the airport has been a nightmare for thousands of travelers, with more than 100 flights canceled overnight. Some were left spending the night in the terminal. Unhoused people in Gastonia sharing their frustrations after the closure of the Salvation Army shelter. Ahead, the next steps for those who are housing insecure. And this week, a key vote in the development of the highly anticipated Red Line. Coming up, hear from the Matthews mayor sharing why he's pushing back against the project. Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Sarah French. As we speak,
right now on WCNC Charlotte, a school bus ride home for elementary school students turning into a nightmare for parents. Tonight, we're hearing from those parents after the driver was charged with DWI. Plus, a busy day at Charlotte Douglas, the airport expected to see record-breaking travel, all while getting ready for some changes. And it's Friday, so you know what that means. High school football across the Queen City, but districts here and across the country dealing with a referee shortage, what they're doing to keep officials on the field. And as we continue to help to clear the shelters in our community, we're highlighting ways you can help our four-legged friends, even if you're not ready to adopt. WCNC Charlotte News at 4 starts right now. And thank you for joining us here at 4 o'clock. I'm Nick Sturtevant, Chief Meteorologist Brad Panovich.
Kids just came in screaming at the top of their lungs, crying.
Now at 5, parents shocked and terrified to find out their children's bus driver was allegedly driving while impaired. Tonight, neighbors recount the chaotic scene.
Plus, Labor Day weekend is here and thousands are heading to the airport, but airport officials say travelers should expect some changes upon their return.
And Friday night lights make their return, but some schools say they're having trouble finding refs for the games. Coming up, why a shortage is creating safety concerns for students and how officials are trying to recruit more.
We begin with breaking news at this hour. As we speak, fire and hazmat crews are stabilizing a gas leak in Salisbury.
News that impacts you. You're watching WCNC Charlotte News at 11.
And we start tonight with an update to a story we've been following for weeks. WCNC Charlotte has learned amid an officer exodus, the Oakboro Police Department will soon have just 2 officers on the job. And tonight, town leaders are in conversations with the Stanley County Sheriff's Office.
News 36, we're making a difference.